Hello, hello, my friends. We have another Caramel Sundays restock happening this weekend. So in today's video, I am going to be sharing with you what most of the offerings are going to be, as well as share with you what is on my wish list. But I've got quite the list going on, so I really don't want to be wasting any time with this video. If you like it, please make sure that you hit the thumbs up button, but let's go ahead and get into the old nitty gritty, why don't we? So this restock, first and foremost, the first thing that you're going to want to pay attention to is that normally these monthly restocks occur on Sunday evenings. However, with this weekend being Easter Sunday, the restock will be happening on Saturday night, April 19th at 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. So that's the first thing that you are going to want to note. Second thing, if you have not signed up for their early alerts, early access alerts, you're going to want to make sure that you do that. I do have in the description box down below the number, and I'll go ahead and put it across right here. You're going to want to text the word candle. Again, I forgot the exact number, but I'll make sure that it's here for you guys. If you have done that in the past, you don't need to redo it, only if you are a brand new customer and you have never signed up for that code. But again, if you've done it in the past, you don't have to do it again. You are going to want to take advantage of that 2-minute early access, and you're going to want to have your wish list ready to go. I, again, will at the end of this video give you guys my tips and tricks for shopping with Caramel Sundays if you have missed any of my other videos with them about how to do that. The other thing that I wanted to touch on before we get into the offerings and the wish list is that they have a rewards program similar to like Kringle, Yankees, Slatkin & Co., Bath & Body Works. All of these companies that a lot of us shop with these days offer a rewards program, and Caramel Sundays is no different. So I did want to touch on that very quickly. If you sign up for their rewards program, you automatically get 100 points just for signing up. You get 5 points for every dollar that you spend, and then you also get 100 points around your birthday. So the reason that you'll want to do that is that you can redeem your points for percentages off of your purchase. So for example, I believe it's 500 points, you get 5%, 1,000 points, you get 10% off of your order, and 1,500 points you can redeem for 15% off of your order, which if you're like me and you're eyeing something that's a little bit more of a splurge purchase, 15% is going to save you a little nice chunk of change. So you're going to want to make sure that you sign up for their rewards program. All right, you guys, we've got a lot of candles that will be offered. They are bringing back some perfume this time. They have some body care, hand soaps, and they're also bringing back car diffusers. So really quickly, I am going to go over all of the offerings, and then we're going to get into what has caught my eye. I am actually going to be asking for some of your input if you have any previous experience with some of these candles, because there's a few fragrances or a few items that I would say that I'm slightly on the fence about. But again, I want your guys' input. Okay, so let's go ahead and start out with the 2-wick candle offerings. Now, these candles are approximately 18 ounces of 100% soy wax. Caramel Sundays is, they use 100% soy wax. They use organic cotton wicks. They do not use phthalates, parabens, VOCs. They are a very, very clean, non-toxic brand when it comes to fragrance. So if that is something that is important to you, then this may be a brand that would definitely, you might want to give a try. But the 2-wick candles retail for $31.99, which that does include the cost of shipping. So the best part about Caramel Sundays is that you're not going to get to checkout and then have to pay an additional shipping cost, which again plays into the strategy that I will talk about at the end of this video that can help you out with making sure that you get what is on your wish list. 2-wick candle offerings this time are going to be Milk and Fruit Loops, Bakery on Main, Coconut Cookie Dough, Cherry Mousse, Golden Hour, Banana Boat, Peach Pecan Crunch, Cowgirl, Spring Market, Sea Salt, Deep Sea Coral, Sugar Shack, Half Baked, Blueberry Lemon Crumble, Caramel Sundae, Snickerdoodle Pound Cake, Pink Salt, Sublime Vanilla, and Mahogany Raspberry. And as always, you guys, I will have the Caramel Sundays website linked down below for you, as well as their Instagram page. I am not going to be able to go over all of the fragrance notes here, but if you want to go over to their website and check out all of the fragrance notes, these are all listed now on the website, so you can go ahead and figure out, if you want more details about each of these candles, I would encourage you to visit their website. They will also be offering 5 fragrances in their 4-wick 40-ounce vessels. Now, I actually purchased 3 of those in my March haul. I've actually already done reviews on 2 of the candles that I purchased in that format last time. I have reviews on Bakery on Main as well as Banana Boat in those formats, so I would encourage you to go ahead and check those out. I'll have my Caramel Sundays playlist linked at the end of this video, but the fragrances that they will be bringing back for that format are Banana Boat, Sugar Shack, Cherry Mousse, Snickerdoodle Pound Cake, and Sublime Vanilla. Those do retail for $64.99. Again, cost of shipping is included in that. I'm just going to go out there in case you missed the Banana Boat review or you haven't seen it yet. I do highly recommend that if you are looking at the Banana Boat candle, if it is within your budget, to go ahead and purchase it in that 4-wick format, because mine in that format is performing very, very well for me. And then they only do this a couple of times a year, maybe 2, maybe 3 times a year. They will include in a restock what I am calling the jumbo big mama jama candle. It is 150 ounces of soy wax, 100% soy wax, for the price tag of $174.99. Now, these candles are approximately 10 pounds of wax. They have almost 300 hours of burn time. So I would probably caution you to not purchase this, or let me back it up, to only purchase this size of a vessel if it is in a fragrance that you have tried before and you know that you love. So the fragrances that will be offered in this format are Banana Boat, Ice Cream Sandwiches, Golden Hour, Bakery on Main, Luxe Linen, and Milk and Fruit Loops. And then the other product that I did want to touch on that they are bringing back this time are their car diffusers. The car diffusers will be $12.99, and they will be offered in the fragrances Golden Hour, Banana Boat, Sea Salt, Sublime Vanilla, Mahogany Raspberry, Cowgirl, Milk, and Fruit Loops. They are also bringing back some perfumes, body care, hand lotions. Their laundry detergent will be back in stock, as well as their all-purpose cleaners. So let's go ahead and talk about what is on my wish list there, because those were a lot of fragrances. There is a lot of offerings, a lot of great summertime offerings, but I wanted to let you guys know what is personally on my wish list. So let's go ahead and start out with the 2 wicks. Out of the 2 wicks, one of the candles that is currently on my list, and I am really asking for all of your input on it, is the fragrance Sugar Shack. So Sugar Shack has top notes of angel food cake, butter, mid notes of vanilla bean and mixed berries, and base notes of whipped cream. Now, I'm going to be honest with you guys. I actually don't really like to eat angel food cake. It's not my favorite. But I have seen a lot of hype about this fragrance, and the fact that they are bringing it back in a 4-wick, I've seen a couple of other people on Instagram talk about how this is just such a good summer, sweet, gourmand fragrance. And so it has me curious. I don't know. I just have a feeling that I might like this one, but also I don't always go for berry fragrances all the time in the summer. So you guys let me know in the comment box down below. Do I need Sugar Shack? Part of me, I think the other reason why I'm being slightly influenced to purchase this one is because I've seen so much hype about it that I kind of want to see what it's all about, and feel like a review would probably be helpful on my channel. It's one of those things where I feel like I'm being influenced because I have a channel and I'm like, okay, that's a popular fragrance. Maybe I should get my nose on it and at least develop an opinion. So you guys let me know if I should get that one. The other candle that honestly has caught my eye is Blueberry Lemon Crumble. We have top notes of lemon and crumble cake, mid notes of blueberry, milk, and butter, base notes of vanilla. Now, I will say that Caramel Sundays over on their Instagram has said that this is a very, very strong fragrance. They said that this one performs very, very well for them. Here's the only reason that I'm on the fence about purchasing this. The reason why I am kind of like, maybe I'll buy it, but maybe not, is because you guys know, I'm trying to be intentional about my collection. I also have a budget that I have to adhere to. April brought with it, I mean, we have beautiful weather going on here right now, but also April brought with it a nice payment to the IRS in our household, as well as my washing machine. Remember the washing machine that I said was like, oh, it might be spinning in the background? It died on me. So we had the joy of buying a new washing machine. So this month was a little bit expensive. So I feel like, I've really got to, watch what I'm purchasing here. So this one might get the axe from me simply because I do still have a full-size blueberry cheesecake in my stash from Homeworks. I do also have quite a few lemon gourmand fragrances that I feel like I could probably burn those together and still probably not get the exact same fragrance that I would be getting in this blueberry lemon crumble. But again, I might be able to get that blueberry lemon fix through something that I already have in my collection. So that's the only reason why that one is somewhat I'm on the fence about. I did see that Caramel Sundays was asked, they do like a Friday question box. And somebody asked, what are some of your favorite combos for this release? And they did say that the blueberry lemon crumble with the Sugar Shack candle is a great combination. So if you're like me and you like to burn multiple fragrances that complement each other in various points throughout your house, that might be something you want to pay attention to. Okay, here's a 2-wick that I definitely want to get my hands on. This is the fragrance Pink Salt. So we have top notes of salted melon, Tahitian vanilla, coconut, mid notes, lily of the valley, warm berries, base note of orange, tangerines, and sugar. Now, this is one that honestly, you guys, part of me is thinking, I'm just looking at these fragrance notes and I am thinking I might love that fragrance so much that part of me wants to roll the dice and buy 2 of them. I did see that they said that this pairs really nicely with the fragrance Golden Hour, which again is returning in the 2-wick, and it's going to be in that huge, big candle size. And I will have a review of Golden Hour up for you guys tomorrow on my channel because I do currently have that one in my collection. And again, they said that it pairs really nicely. Now, I did provide an inquiry. When I initially saw this, I thought, is that same vibes as Yankee Candle's Pink Sands? If you're unfamiliar with Pink Sands, maybe you shop with Bath & Body Works more. Bath & Body Works had a candle out a few years ago called Flamingo Beach. Very similar fragrance. So I'm seeing like melon, coconut, tangerine, orange, and I'm like, is that the same fragrance? But they told me no. Caramel Sundays has said no, it's not the same fragrance. They know what one I'm talking about, but they said no, it's a little bit different. It is kind of in more of like a kind of summer perfumey type of fragrance. They said it's not really a gourmand. It's definitely more summer perfumey, but it's in that vein of Golden Hour. So if you like the fragrance Golden Hour, they have said, I think Sierra even said, dare she say that she almost likes Pink Salt slightly more than Golden Hour. So if you are a fan of Golden Hour, you might want to pay attention to Pink Salt, but that is definitely one that is on my radar to want to purchase this go around. And then here's the one that I don't know if this is a returning fragrance or not. If it is and you have experience with it, let me know in the comment box down below. But they are offering the fragrance Sublime Vanilla. Now, I do know that lime is kind of a polarizing fragrance when it comes to citrus. I'm in the camp that I love lime fragrances. Top notes, green lime and orange, mid notes of warm vanilla and sugar, and then a base note of tonka, coconut, and pepper. And I will tell you guys that one of my all-time favorite lime fragrances is Yankee Candle's Vanilla Lime. In fact, I have one in my collection right now, but in recent years, the only way that I have been able to get my hands on it is still in that single wick paraffin wax blend, which, not even blend, just paraffin wax. And truthfully, that is like my least favorite form of wax these days. I don't get a whole lot of oomph from it, but I have it because I figure, well, I can maybe put it in my candle crock and enjoy the fragrance that way. So I guess my hopes are that this fragrance will be similar to Yankee Candle's Vanilla Lime. The only candle that I have tried in recent memory that is similar, I would say, to the Vanilla Lime, but there's an extra element in it, is the Homeworks Key Lime Cake, which was out last year. I don't know, at the time that I'm filming this, I don't know if that candle is coming back. I really, really hope it is because that fragrance was phenomenal, but that had the aspects of vanilla lime mixed with like a vanilla cake note. It was wonderful. But yeah, there's part of me that's like, if Sublime Vanilla is like Yankee Candle's Vanilla Lime, I'm going to want that in the big 4-wick, not the just 2-wick. So you guys let me know, is that a returning fragrance? Those of you guys who have shopped with Caramel Sundays a little bit longer than I have, let me know in the comment box down below. I keep going between, do I want it in the 4-wick or do I want it in the 2-wick? At the moment, I think I'm leaning more towards the 4-wick, but we'll see. We'll see what ends up happening on the big day. Now, there are a couple of other 2-wicks that did caught my eye, but I did end up giving the axe to. Half Baked has caught my eye. I know that they originally, I think, had that in a 4-wick last drop. It's supposed to smell a lot like the center of like an Oreo, but the truth is, you guys, during this time of year, I really don't burn a lot of like gourmand fragrances. Now you're going to say, Katie, you're a liar, because I'm going to tell you what's on my wish list next. And it is definitely a gourmand. But like when it comes to fragrances that are a little bit more like chocolate leaning or a little bit denser gourmands, you're going to see like, I love snickerdoodle fragrances. That one's not on my list right now because I don't burn like spicy fragrances during this time of year. So, you know, I did end up cutting Half Baked from my wish list, but I've heard that that is a really, really great gourmand. I've also heard that the coconut cookie dough is very, very strong. So if you liked the strength of the fragrance Truffle Butter Cookie in some of their winter releases, I've heard that that candle is almost just as strong. So those are some other ones that you might want to look at for the 2-wicks. However, the reason why I'm keeping that list a little bit smaller is because I am going to, if I can get my hands on it, I am planning to splurge on a jumbo-sized candle of Bakery on Main. Now, some of you guys who may have only have caught my candle chat a couple of weeks ago may be a little bit surprised to see that, but if you caught my dedicated post-burn review on the 4-wick that I currently have of Bakery on Main, you guys, that is one of those candles that it took about 3 burns for it to really come to life, but I'm telling you guys, after 3 burns, once that candle gets a nice big wax pool going on it, and again, I have it in the 4-wick, not the 2-wick, but in that 4-wick format, it has been the only vanilla fragrance that has performed well in my open concept. I've told you guys, my open concept typically curses vanilla fragrances. They don't perform well out here, and that's across all brands. That just, vanilla is a difficult fragrance to make strong, but somehow Caramel Sundays did it in their larger format. Prior to the Bakery on Main becoming my #1 vanilla gourmand, that title was held by Homeworks' birthday cake. But what I will tell you is that Homeworks' birthday cake smells like the boxed funfetti mix birthday cake baking in the oven. There's also a tinge of a caramel note that comes out on that candle the longer that you burn it, which I'm not always a fan of, although Harry Slatkin is a fan of caramel fragrances, and I think the reason why he puts it in that candle is because he knows vanilla is a difficult fragrance to make strong, and so that caramel just gives it a little bit of extra oomph. But I am going to tell you that Bakery on Main has taken over. If you want a similar comparable fragrance, if you happen to like Bath & Body Works Vanilla Bean, I think that you will like Bakery on Main. Bakery on Main, though, has a little bit more of like a vanilla cupcake mixed in with that like vanilla buttercream fragrance. But again, if you like Vanilla Bean from Bath & Body Works, I think that it's a pretty safe bet to go with Bakery on Main. But the reason why I'm going to go ahead and invest in the very large size of it is because variety of reasons. 1, it actually performs in my open concept. 2, I can reuse the vessel as a hurricane for not only their 2-wick candles, but also for their 4-wicks, which means if I can fit their 4-wicks in there, I can fit my Homeworks 4-wicks in there. So again, the ability to repurpose it. And 3rd, this vanilla fragrance is so versatile that I can burn it year round. I can burn it January, February, March, April, May, all the months, all the seasons. I can burn it winter. right now I've been burning it in the spring with a lot of floral fragrances. In the summer, I can pair it with banana or coconut fragrances. Fall, Christmas time, Christmas, I can burn it with some tree fragrances. So I just know that it's going to be very, very versatile. And so I'm hoping that I can go ahead and get my hands on that. And then in the car diffusers, I am very intrigued by those. I live in a very hot climate. So, you know, car diffusers seem to do very, very well in the warmer weather here because our vehicles get extremely hot, like dangerously hot, to be honest with you. We always have to be aware. It's so sad in the summertime. We always have those notices of like, please don't leave your pets in the car. Please don't forget to leave your children in the car, you know, like babies and stuff like that. And every summer you always hear about it on the news. It's very sad. But anyways, getting back on the rails here, the car diffusers that I am interested in are the fragrances Sublime Vanilla and Banana Boat. Those are the 2 that I have my eye on. Now, here's the thing that I have never purchased from Caramel Sundays, but I've seen them talking it up over on their Instagram stories, and I am going to go ahead and wait out and give this a try. I am actually hoping to get my hands on a perfume that they are offering. I did actually just pick up a couple of perfumes in the recent Sephora sale. I'm hoping to do a video, you guys, on some personal fragrance. Taking a little detour here. I am hoping to do some like home or personal fragrance suggestions and reviews for you guys, hopefully at some point with a video in the near future. I have so many candles that I'm needing to review, but I do also love personal fragrance, so it makes sense that I might want to eventually start incorporating some of that here on my channel. But the perfume that I have my eye on is the fragrance Boston. Now they're saying that it is for vanilla gourmand lovers. John, the co-owner of Caramel Sundays with his wife Sierra, has said that it is his favorite fragrance on his wife. He always comments when she wears it. Boston has fragrance notes of vanilla, suede, musk, and amber. The retail price of it is $64.99 for 1.7 ounces, which honestly, you guys, I feel like that's a very fair price. I know that a lot of the perfumes at places like I almost said the drugstore, not the drugstore, the department stores like Nordstrom, Ulta, Sephora, perfumes that size go for a lot more. So I feel like that's a pretty fair price. And I have to tell you guys, the other reason why I'm obviously intrigued because a vanilla gourmand, again, can layer with a lot of other personal fragrance. But pulling back the curtain a little bit, Cody and I actually have a trip planned to Boston in August for our wedding anniversary. We are actually going to be flying in a couple of days before. We are planning to get on a cruise ship and do one of those Canada, New England cruises. But we are planning to, we've never been to that area of the country, and I'm a big history buff, so I'm excited to explore the city of Boston. We also are planning at this time to possibly take a little day trip outside of Boston to another place that might be relevant to my channel and do a little visit there. So I'm excited about that. But one of the things that I like to do when Cody and I take a trip is that I like to oftentimes bring a new personal fragrance along with me, so that way I can create a scent memory for that vacation. So I was thinking, gosh, Boston would be a perfect fragrance to bring along on that trip. So I'm hoping that I can get my hands on it. There will be other perfume fragrances that they are restocking. I think they're restocking 1992, and there's a couple of other fragrances, but Boston is the one that caught my eye. So that is it for my wish list. Let me know in the comment box down below what is currently on your wish list. Give me any feedback on the Boston perfume if you've tried it before. Let me know, Sublime Vanilla, have you guys tried that? Do I really need to get Sugar Shack? You guys just give me your feedback down below because I need it. I need some help. That's why I do this channel mainly to help you guys out, but also I love reading your comments and hearing what your experiences are with candles, because sometimes you can influence me. So the last tip and trick that I did want to say for those of you who maybe have never shopped with Caramel Sundays before is that I do always want to reiterate in this video that Caramel Sundays is very much like a Hunger Games style of shopping. Some people don't like that adrenaline rush. Some people find it too stressful. And then this is just not going to be the brand for you to shop from. But if you want to go ahead and roll the dice and try to get your hands on some of these products, my best strategy is that you need to know what you want before the restock goes live. They do take the website down a few hours before everything goes live. So you're going to want to, between now and I would say early Saturday morning, make sure that you go and look at all of the fragrance notes, get your list together, have it ready to go. So that way, when you are granted access to the website, you go in, you put in your cart what you want, get out. It's not the time to go in and peruse and see, oh, what else might I like? No, you need to know exactly what you want in order to get I would say, for the best attempt to get the products that you want. With that also being said, if you have a longer list, like say, for example, I have a longer list of candles, what you want to do is prioritize what are the maybe one or two things that I really, really want to make sure that I get my hands on. So for example, I have a feeling those jumbo-sized candles, particularly Bakery on Main, that is my number one priority, this restock. That's what I want to get. So personally, because they already include shipping in their cost, I would go in, add that to my cart, check out, boom. Want to make sure I get my hands on it. Then I can go back in and the other two fragrances that I really want to make sure I get, Sublime Vanilla, Pink Salt. I would say that Boston perfume is probably going to sell out too, because they've been talking about that a lot, and it's a vanilla gourmand. So then maybe the next thing I would do, I would go back in and I'm going to put Boston, Pink Salt, maybe Sublime Vanilla in my cart, check out, boom. out. And then if I wanted to go back, I feel like Sugar Shack would probably sell out really fast. But then if I go back in and Sugar Shack is sold out, because it's one of those fragrances that I was kind of on the fence about anyways, it wasn't one that I felt like I had to have. If I go back in and it's sold out, oh well, you know, it's not the end of the world. So I feel like that is the best way to go about a strategy. Again, don't go in trying to fill up one big cart because you will probably be disappointed. Things will probably, you know, be eliminated from your cart. Caramel Sundays has gotten a lot better about, they are aware now that the word is kind of out about them. And so I feel like they've done a better job trying to make sure that they are a little bit more well-stocked for some of these monthly drops. But, you know, it just is what it is. This is the business model that works best for them. I really have enjoyed a lot of their products, so I don't mind putting up with it. But just know that about the brand, that is how they operate. So once again, if you liked this video, please make sure you hit the old thumbs up button. It helps me out. Consider subscribing to my channel if you are new here. I do this video every month. I do also like to do a candle chat series twice a month on my channel. In fact, I will be putting that up on Saturday morning, where I just talk about, you know, what I'm currently burning, give you some little mini reviews throughout the week. I typically upload dedicated post-burn reviews. I also do empties, hauls, lots of fun stuff. So if you like fragrance, consider hitting that subscribe button. I do want to say thank you so very, very much for spending your time here with me today. And until my next one, I hope you all go out and have a very blessed day. Bye.